Have you ever wondered why some people seem to age gracefully, full of energy and vitality, while others struggle with fatigue, aches, and health issues? The secret isn't just good genes. It's in the choices we make every single day, especially when it comes to what we eat. Food is more than just fuel. It's the foundation of your health, your energy, and even your longevity. And the good news? Making the right food choices doesn't mean completely changing your diet or giving up the foods you love. Sometimes it's as simple as adding a few key ingredients to your meals. Foods that have been scientifically shown to protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and keep you feeling strong and independent for years to come. Today we're going to talk about 5 powerful foods that can help you live longer and feel better after 65. Some of these might surprise you, but I promise, every single one of them is backed by real health benefits. So let's get started with the first one. Now I have to ask, do you ever feel like your memory isn't quite as sharp as it used to be? Maybe you walk into a room and forget why you're there, or you misplace your glasses only to find them sitting right on top of your head. It happens to all of us. But here's the thing, what you eat can play a huge role in keeping your brain sharp. One of the best foods for brain health? Blueberries. Yes, those little berries you see at the grocery store aren't just delicious. They're packed with antioxidants that help fight inflammation and slow down brain aging. Studies have shown that eating blueberries regularly can improve memory, protect against dementia, and even boost overall cognitive function. And the best part? You don't need to eat a huge amount to get the benefits. Just a handful of blueberries a day can do wonders for your brain. You can add them to your oatmeal in the morning, toss them into a smoothie, or simply eat them as a snack. But let's say you don't like blueberries, don't worry, you've got options. Blackberries, raspberries, and even dark grapes contain similar brain-boosting antioxidants. The key is to add more of these colorful, nutrient-rich fruits to your diet. Now, while blueberries work their magic on your brain, let's talk about something equally important, your bones. Because as we age, our bones naturally lose density, making them more prone to fractures and breaks. And let's be honest, no one wants to deal with a hip fracture in their 70s or 80s. That's where our second powerhouse food comes in. Stay with me here. Salmon. You've probably heard that salmon is good for you, but do you know why? It's one of the best sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation, support heart health, and, most importantly, keep your bones strong. Omega-3s also help lubricate your joints, making movement easier and reducing stiffness, which is especially important as we age. Not a fan of salmon? That's okay. You can also get omega-3s from other fatty fish like sardines, mackerel, and trout. If fish isn't your thing at all, walnuts and flax seeds are great plant-based alternatives. So whether you're adding a salmon fillet to your dinner, sprinkling some flax seeds onto your yogurt, or enjoying a handful of walnuts as a snack, you're giving your body the nutrients it needs to stay strong and healthy. Now that we've covered brain health and bone strength, let's move on to something just as important, keeping your heart in top shape. Now that we've talked about foods that keep your brain sharp and your bones strong, let's move on to something that keeps everything running, your heart. Because let's be honest, you can have strong bones and a sharp mind. But if your heart isn't healthy, nothing else really matters. So what's one of the best foods for your heart? Oats. Yes, something as simple as a bowl of oatmeal can do wonders for your cardiovascular health. Oats are packed with soluble fiber, which helps lower bad cholesterol levels, keeping your arteries clear and reducing your risk of heart disease. And here's the kicker. Heart disease remains one of the top causes of death after 65. So anything you can do to protect your heart is worth it. Now, if you're someone who thinks oatmeal is boring, don't worry, I get it. But there are so many ways to make it delicious. Add cinnamon, honey, or a handful of those brain-boosting blueberries we just talked about. If you prefer a crunchy texture, sprinkle some nuts or flax seeds on top. And if you're really not an oatmeal person, you can get similar benefits from barley, quinoa, or even beans, all rich in fiber and great for your heart. And here's another bonus. Oats help regulate blood sugar, which is especially important if you're dealing with diabetes or insulin resistance. So by making this one simple change, starting your day with oats or another fiber-rich whole grain, you're giving your heart exactly what it needs to stay strong. Now let's talk about energy, because what's the point of living longer if you don't have the energy to enjoy it? You might wake up in the morning feeling sluggish, or maybe by the afternoon, you're completely drained. If that sounds familiar, then this next food is for you. Dark leafy greens. I know, leafy greens don't always sound exciting, but hear me out. Spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are packed with nutrients that boost circulation, oxygenate your blood, and give you natural energy, without caffeine or sugar crashes. They're loaded with iron and folate, which help prevent fatigue and keep your red blood cells healthy. And let's not forget about another major benefit. Greens are full of magnesium, a mineral that most people don't get enough of. Magnesium is essential for muscle function, nerve health, and even better sleep. Ever get those annoying leg cramps at night? Magnesium can help with that too. The easiest way to eat more greens: throw a handful of spinach into your morning eggs, add some kale to a soup, or blend a few leaves into a smoothie. You don't have to eat salads every day to get the benefits. Just find small ways to work them into your meals, and your body will thank you. Now, so far, we've covered foods that help your brain, bones, heart, and energy. But there's one more thing we need to talk about: your gut. Because believe it or not, your gut health is directly connected to how you feel every day, from digestion to mood to even immune function. And if you want a happy, healthy gut, this next food is an absolute must. So far, we've talked about foods that protect your brain, strengthen your bones, keep your heart healthy, and boost your energy. But now we need to talk about something that affects everything: your gut health. Because whether you realize it or not, your gut plays a huge role in your overall well-being. Ever feel bloated after a meal? Struggle with constipation or unpredictable digestion? Or maybe you just feel sluggish even when you get a full night's sleep. All of these could be signs that your gut needs some extra care, and that's where yogurt comes in. Yogurt is packed with probiotics, the good bacteria that help keep your gut balanced and running smoothly. These little bacteria work behind the scenes, breaking down food, improving digestion, and even boosting your immune system. In fact, about 70% of your immune system is in your gut. So keeping it healthy is one of the best ways to prevent illness and stay strong as you age. Now, before you grab just any yogurt off the shelf, there's something important to know. Not all yogurts are created equal. Many brands are loaded with added sugars and artificial ingredients that actually do more harm than good. So when choosing yogurt, go for plain, unsweetened varieties with live probiotic cultures. If you need a little sweetness, add some fresh fruit or a drizzle of honey. And if you're not a fan of yogurt, no problem. You can get probiotics from other fermented foods like kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and miso. The key is to feed your gut the right bacteria so it can work efficiently and keep you feeling your best. Now let's take a moment to put everything together. We've talked about blueberries for brain health, salmon for strong bones and joints, oats to protect your heart, leafy greens for energy, and yogurt to keep your gut in balance. These aren't complicated superfoods you have to hunt down at a specialty store. They're simple, everyday foods that can make a massive difference in your health. And the best part? You don't need to overhaul your diet overnight. Just start small. Maybe tomorrow morning, swap out your sugary cereal for a bowl of oatmeal with some blueberries, or add a little spinach to your omelet. Try having a cup of yogurt after dinner instead of a processed dessert. Every small change adds up, and before you know it, you'll feel stronger, more energized, and more in control of your health. Because here's the truth: you deserve to feel your best at any age. Aging doesn't have to mean slowing down, feeling tired, or giving up the things you love. With the right foods, the right habits, and the right mindset, you can keep living a full, active, and vibrant life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these foods are already part of your diet? Or is there one you're excited to try? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on staying healthy, happy, and independent for years to come. Here's to living your best life at any age.